Greetings, colleague. Moore's Law to here. Going to try to keep this short. This video is just to accompany the email that I'm sending because I had a conflict issue and spoke with Nora, who's on the subcommittee for the EN 101 InfoLit project, to see if we could change the date. So we changed it. What that means is, yeah, maybe some of you can't make the 16th, but maybe some of you can. But the great part is everyone has more time to review our working document and hopefully give us some feedback. So in this email, you will have the updated information on getting us some feedback, hopefully by the end of the day on Monday, October the 12th. Also consider joining the committee and maybe even join us on the 16th for a discussion of the feedback. And you should have already received a Google Calendar invite with the Zoom link for that. And then you can watch this video. The other thing I wanted to do in this video, so I'm forwarding the original email. So if you scroll down this email, you will find the forwarded information and the link to 2 documents. And if you click on this link, it should open and give you access to the subcommittee's working document. It's sort of a report that we collected information in, and I put this same video right there in case you missed it. Now, is this information overwhelming? Probably. But as you think about giving ourselves some, foundational way of approaching how we decide on the information literacy skills that we want students to have, probably in all our classes, but for this context, for EN 101 and 102, this is our report and a look at using the ACRL's 6 concepts, because they've done a lot of research and developed these 6 concepts for higher education, which includes us. So yeah, we hope you look at this document, but what I really need, and what we both really hope you will do, is go to the next steps. So if you click on that quick link or just scroll down to the last page, it'll show you the next steps. Now I've updated this information, and the next steps is for you to give us some feedback. So if you click on the link here, the InfoLit feedback, it'll open the feedback document. Now, yes, it looks like a lot too, but just kind of try to give this some order and not make it so scary. Here's our extended deadline and the same video. Just keep popping this video everywhere. But what this document asks you to do in 5 sections is consider some information. So section 1 just gives you logistics, like download and save this form, then you can write in it and then get it back to me, hopefully by October 12th. Section 2, easy, your name and if you'd like to join this committee. Section 3, this is where you get to do a little deep dive into the ACRL's website and look at the framework for higher education and information literacy skills. Now the framework is just that, and it is very highly conceptual, but when you read through the material or even just browse through it, it'll show you or tell you that part of the conceptual aspect of this is so it's not prescriptive. So each institution of higher learning has to figure out how to apply those concepts in a concrete way so that students are learning appropriate information literacy skills for the course and the level that they find themselves in. So section 4, this is gonna ask for a little bit of your time too. So this asks you to look at the concept and ACRL's abilities that they say learners should have. And this does not mean in our particular classes. This is like the trajectory of higher education. So the idea here is we have to think about which of these abilities or skills are appropriate for our courses. And one way you're asked to do that is to yellow highlight items you think should or are introduced in EN 101 and which we would continue into 102, and then use blue highlighting for items you think are or should be introduced in 102. So once you get done doing all of that, and there is nothing to suggest that all of the abilities under each concept should be or even is expected to be taught in a first-year writing course. They're not. But some of them are, and that's what we're trying to figure out. So as you scroll through this, you're given a link to the overview information for that particular concept. And then McMaster Libraries, they've done a nice little set of videos for each of these concepts. And so that link is included for you just to help you think through, you know, what you think these abilities might look like for EN 101 and 102. All right, so I'm gonna scroll down and get to the last part, which I am so nerdly excited over. So section 5, this is where we're asked you to think about the current modules that we have for 102 and 101. And based on what you have decided about each of the concepts, and this is where your annotations for those skill sets will come in, we're asking you to look at each of the EN 101. We've included 102, but EN 101 has these 8. And for each of these concepts, just by listing the number, which ability or skills do you think the existing module addresses? And that is it. We are not looking for all. We're not trying to stretch it. We're just trying to see, well, do you think this module and does address a specific or help students, you know, practice or learn a specific ability under one of these concepts? And this is the information that Nora and I are going to be able to take and use as we think through the current modules. So we are not looking to add anything brand new. We're just trying to assess the modules we have and what our colleagues, what you think about what we already have and where abilities fit. Moving forward, we don't want to give the impression that we will ever be able to create modules or activities that will teach students everything that they need to learn, because if we had modules or activities that could teach them everything, we wouldn't need us, right? We are the connective tissue, and actually the framework doesn't even suggest or expect that there will be lessons that will be able to do the work that we as educators are expected to do. This will help us see what we have, see what we might want to improve if we decide to use the ACRL framework at all. That's all a discussion, and this is a moving, developing project. So thank you for your time, and I hope this video was helpful in helping you get through these documents and understand what we're asking you for. And hopefully we'll get more feedback and see some of you on the 16th. Otherwise, you know, I will give you another report.